I think the scholarship is important for a number of reasons. The first is that it's expensive to go to school. And I feel really honored to be able to alleviate some of that financial stress for someone who wants to pursue a career that makes a difference in touching people's lives. The other piece that I really enjoy about the scholarship is that I don't choose the recipients. I leave that to the faculty. And until very recently, there were faculty members who even knew me when I was a student. But they know of my love for learning. They know of my passion for excellence. And so they choose students who make me proud. And I try, when I meet the students, I try to let them know that they have excelled and exceeded, and that's why they were chosen for the scholarship.
It's just our way of giving back. We're both retired now. We, with a connection, it was an obvious one. We thought, what's a good way to give back? Mary Ann said, both your mom and sister went to Good Sam. How about seeing if there is a scholarship that's affiliated with Good Sam? And we kind of, contacted them, and this is what they told us we could do.
It was a way for us to perpetuate the nursing community. I mean, his sister and mother are both nurses. That was their career. They both died young, and we wanted to find a way to honor their memory, but also just keep nursing alive.
The scholarship that we're speaking about today is the Phyllis Biter Winsinger Scholarship, and so that's in honor of my mother. And as I stated, she was a nursing student there, absolutely loved nursing school. All her best friends all her life were her nursing companions, and my dad continued to work there. He was chief radiologist for 30 plus years at Good Sam, so we were always affiliated in some way, shape, or form. After mom and dad were married, she didn't work, but she did a lot of private duty when friends, neighbors, folks that we knew were at the hospital. She'd go in and help out, and always stayed in touch with what was going on at Good Sam. And so to honor mom, it seemed very fitting to donate towards Good Sam. My parents were extremely good examples in that they gave everywhere, and so we thought that would be a great gift for her, actually, to honor that way and have a legacy type of a gift that will continue on, hopefully, for years.
The scholarship came about for us after 2008. 2008, my dad was in the hospital at Good Sam, unfortunately passed away, and as a result of that, my mom wanted to have an endowment started in his name, and in order to be able to, in positive remembrance of the nursing care that he'd gotten and that they've gotten over the years. So it was really important for her to start an endowment fund for him. My mom has a real passion for Good Sam. First and foremost, I'm one of 9 kids, and all of the 9 kids that we had were actually born at Good Sam Hospital. So for my mom, that was, of course, a great memory of having all of her kids at the hospital. My mom was really involved at Good Sam. So even though she hadn't gone through the school of nursing or anything, she spent many years as a volunteer at the hospital and was particularly in their gift shop. So she liked doing that for many years, enjoyed it quite a bit. And then she also was is a member of the Guild at Good Sam, and also won an award for, I believe it's Women's of Compassion, that she was recognized for all of the years that she did in her care of her family.
The scholarship was established after we had, as a family, made a memorial for my mother when she passed away in 1999. We had such a response for that memorial that it just became a natural choice to turn it into a scholarship because my mother had such a long history with Good Samaritan Hospital. She had worked for them for basically 30 years, I believe, after she went and graduated from the School of Nursing all the way back in 1969. We've been able to offer scholarships to 26 students, totaling nearly $60,000.
We established the scholarship in 2017, and since that time, we've awarded 5 scholarships to students at about $20,000. And our goal was really to help financially, to take the financial stress off of students, so that their focus can really be on studying and learning and not having to think about how am I going to pay for this. They really can be full in their studies and learning and working and making friendships and all that go with being in school. So I think that was really important for us, that we could do something that made it easier. It just made it easier to focus and be the best student that they could be.
So over the years that we've been able to offer the scholarship to students, we've been able to give to 12 students, and over $9,000 we've been able to give in scholarships for those students. And that's been a really positive thing for us to be able to do. One of the reasons that we wanted to establish this scholarship was to further the nursing careers of people that were interested, in becoming nurses. The care that we were given, that my parents had been given through both having children, through having surgeries, through having care at the hospital, was something really important to them. And when they had the opportunity to do that, they wanted to make sure that continued on to further generations of nurses to be able to provide the same care they received.
I've granted 16 scholarships already, so that makes me feel good. And I'm sure that some of them I still keep in touch with and some of them I touch base with. But yeah, it makes me feel good, and I feel blessed that I could do that. I give them what I feel that they can use, and a little bit helps, but it makes me feel good that I've given a scholarship. I have criteria set up for a mother who is going back to school that has children, and I thought very hard on this criteria because I wanted to help people that were going back to school with family and children, and it was just worth it. I mean, it's worth it every time I get to award something.
When we were celebrating our 50th anniversary is when we decided to give a scholarship. So we've been awarding scholarships since then, and we have established the legacy so that it will continue forever, we hope. Well, we want to help another student graduate. We have a lot of respect for the Good Sam nurses, and so we want to encourage and help someone else to become a Good Sam nurse. We hope that it will help them to be able to reach their goal of being graduating, so that they can spend their time studying and working and not have to get a part-time job to help pay tuition.
Through this scholarship, we hope to alleviate some of the financial stress that can be a part of going through schooling, particularly for students that are towards the tail end of their schooling, just for the sheer commitment that they have with following through and completing the education to become a nurse, become an RN. That was just a very important component to wanting just to, in so many ways, reward a student for their ongoing hard work and dedication, to just give them some financial support and financial relief in some small way that we can.
My hope for every student who is receiving a scholarship this year, that when you look back over a career that spans 30 to 40 years, that you can be as satisfied with what you've done as I feel today in talking to you.
Since 2008, 12 students have received $10,000 worth of support. If my mother today could give the students a piece of advice, it would be to persevere with your goals and to be proud of your choice of professions, being nursing, because it's a wonderful profession.
Since 2007, more than 16 students have received more than $19,000 in scholarship funds. You get a great education in the classroom. You also have to have an education to be able to communicate with the patients. If you have a question about something that you're unsure about, there are many people in the hospital that you can ask. When I was a student, the attending physicians were in the hospital. There were umpteen residents, umpteen interns. The student nurses had a great ability to communicate with the doctors, whatever level, and they would always take time to answer our questions. So be sure that you ask questions of the staff at the hospital if you are unsure about things.
The advice that I could give to the students is to go for it. I mean, shoot for your goals, try to accomplish as much as you can, and make those goals important and strive, because being an RN, you take care of a lot of people. And I think the people that come to be RNs and do what they need to do are blessed, and it takes special people.
If I was speaking for Mom, I would say to take it very seriously, understand and be grateful that you've got a little bit of a leg up. We're hoping that we're helping you in that regard. Dig in, study hard, but enjoy your education. Make new acquaintances, find lifelong friends, really enjoy the vocation that you've chosen. And this is speaking for myself, I think, and my whole family, it is a vocation. It's not everyone can do this job, and it's remarkable people do this, and you do in fact have people's lives in your hands day in and day out, and take that seriously, of course. Try not to be too stressed about it, but just enjoy your life in nursing.
Our scholarships have awarded more than $8,000 to 9 students to help them reach their goal of being a good SAM nurse. Well, one of the things I think is great is that our whole class responded to help support the scholarship. So that shows that the whole class sees the importance and willing to help a student. Back in 1955 when we started, some of us lived at home and some were boarding lived in. So of course now all the students live at home. There's no boarding. And we became very close because when you work on the floor dealing with patients, we have seen patients in newborns and in newborn nurseries and that, and then we have seen the end of life. So we have learned how to be compassionate and helpful as part of our training and getting support from each other.
If Larry's sister and mother were here, the advice that they would give is to take advantage of help. I mean, obviously, as students, they've made the first step in applying for scholarships and seeking financial help that way. But realizing that there's a whole network of people that want to help and want to support students. And if you feel it, if you need it, go after help and support, and never be afraid to ask somebody to help you, because people are willing and able. Even us, if you've received one of our scholarships, we'd love to hear from you. And if we can answer anything, if there's any way that we can help you, guide you, give advice, just be that positive voice when you need it, that's what we're here for. And I think that's what these network of scholarship donors are here for too, is to help you be the best that you can be, and learning early that there are people that can help you and want to help you, and it's good to take advantage of it, I think is probably the best piece of advice that they would give and that we would also give.